keep assorted lengths of wire. Whoa.
Machine screws come in many different sizes, shapes, and materials.
I have several examples here. This one in particular is an 18/8 stainless socket head cap screw. The threads for this screw are specified as a 3/4 tin coarse thread screw, also called UNC. It's normal for the diameter and the length to be undersized compared to what they actually specify. This next screw is called a button head screw. It also uses an Allen wrench to tighten, but it has a rounded head on top versus a cylindrical head. This one is also listed at 1 inch but measures 986 thousandths. Up next we have a flathead security Torx screw. This screw is also spec'd at 1/4 20 for the thread. Security screws just use some special bit so not anyone can mess with them. Instead of measuring from under the head for the length of the screw, this one measures the entire screw. I'm sure you're familiar with the next one. It's just a regular hex bolt. Also measures for 3/4 and 1 inch long. This is a decimal equivalence chart from Starrett.com. It tells you the decimal equivalence for nominal fractions, drill bit sizes, and the size hole you need for tapping threads and material. For the imperial system, threads are specified as TPI, or threads per inch. This means a 1/4 20 bolt would measure 1/4 inch in diameter, but also 20 threads over 1 inch length. Metric threads are different, but they still specify the diameter first. Then they specify the distance from thread to thread, not over an entire length of something.
Now, who here likes a good story about a bridge?
Knowing all these things about fasteners has really helped me in my life, like fixing things around the house. You know, if you can look at a part and see, oh, that's a 1/4 20 thread, I need to just get one from the store. You know exactly what you're looking for and you can go replace it and fix it yourself. And I've saved a lot of money this way. And so it's come in handy quite a bit. I've even fixed like a latch on my wife's purse before. As long as you know what you're looking at, you know, you just go measure the diameter, try to find your pitch, find a reference nut to screw it on, or you can measure it yourself. There are actually thread gauges to measure thread, and it's like a little measuring spoon set, like it flips out, and I'll try to show one in a picture or show reference if I can. But they're really handy, and I cannot express enough that this will come handy in your life, and I really, in my experience, I truly feel that this is something that you can use. That's something you can use for all your projects, and even when you're looking at anything and thinking about planning, designing, even just if you're building a toy for your son or something, it comes in handy. I think it's useful, and knowing what's out there is critical as well. And that's why I would encourage you to browse McMaster-Carr, or browse an industrial supplier site, or just browse the internet looking at fasteners. Just knowing what hardware is out there is really critical. It helps you understand what's available, and it helps you really internalize, so you can, when you're thinking about a solution for a problem you have, you can easily brainstorm and go, oh, well, I saw this. I can come up with that and I can build it, and you know, all I know is the solution. Really easy. It really helps, so I would highly encourage that. Allen head bolts are really aesthetic and they're visually appealing, especially if you plan your projects correctly. If you have a socket-head cap screw, you can do a counter bore and create a flush fitment on there, and it really looks aesthetically appealing. It's very helpful. It's just one of those things that makes your work look more professional if you're an engineer, a machinist, or even just a maker. I really think it helps things look great. Even if you go to some sci-fi movies, you can see socket-head cap screws. They use it as an aesthetic throughout all the stuff. Like you see a spaceship, they'll put those kind of screws on there. It's really a good aesthetic to have.